So Amber is being incredibly stupid lately, and it annoyed me so much I wanted to make a video about the whole deleted live stream cancer situation involving Beck. First, let's take a look at the live stream Beck did with Destiny, where they answered questions from the Ankles Q&A video. This was streamed on March 26th.
Did you hear verbatim the doctor say, "You have cancer"?
All I know is that we did go to the ER. She did have a DNC. They were like, we found, cancer cells. We're going to have to send you to a cancer specialist. They sent her to a cancer specialist. She had surgery to have stuff removed. And then after that, she didn't get treatment. She didn't go back to the doctor or anything like that. So honestly, I don't know 100% if she just had cancer cells or if she actually had cancer. When it comes down to it, I am not sure anymore. That's what I got to say about that. I'm not sure anymore.
Sometime after that live, I don't remember the exact timing of it because there are no timestamps on these, so I can't give you the specific time, but I'm pretty sure it was within the hour or maybe an hour later, Beck posted this community post. Hey guys, so after getting off live, I just wanted to say while I do like the ankle, I didn't watch his Q&A beforehand to figure out what kind of questions he asked. I know some people will think they weren't all in the best taste. I do want to say though that I was not trying to imply at all that Amberlynn did not have cancer. I was just trying to say I can't confirm for you myself the details of what all happened. I don't remember all those details, but it was live and I was nervous and I definitely didn't word that as best I could. Please don't take any of that to mean that I didn't believe her, or that she didn't go to the doctor or have her hysterectomy. It was a scary situation regardless of the details. I needed to clarify that for everyone. Thank you for watching. That live was really big and intense. We weren't expecting all of that. And then the moment we've all been waiting for, the infamous, ridiculous, deleted live stream that Amber did shortly after this whole live and community post. This one, I think this was also an hour within the hour, something like that. But it was definitely after Beck already posted the community post that clarified everything. Here's the live.
Hello. Hi. Oh my God, my hair is a mess. So do not mind that. How are you guys? Hello. Natalie, girls' bedtime. Relatable, but I just found something out. My ex is talking shit again, both of them. No, I'm really here just for one reason only. I'm going to wait until more people come up in here. I'm sure no one's going to actually give a fuck. But just for my well-being, we're going to chat for a second. Yep. Sorry, my hair's been like this all day, but it's like time to take out these. I'm sure people will watch this on repeat, not on repeat, but on, what's it called? Because I'm going to leave it up. So I chose, which was very hard to do. I'm not going to lie. It was very, very hard. I didn't watch what Beck and Destiny said. It was very hard. Very, very. I wanted to click it a million different times, but I'm actually trying to do what my therapist says. I'm trying very hard. But I went onto Instagram and I couldn't even believe how many people were like, "Oh, you lied about having cancer. I fucking knew it." I was like, what the fuck happened? Genuinely, what happened? So I'm going to show more medical proof. Okay, that's fun. So I signed in to my health chart, and I'm obviously going to block the address of said place and the doctor name. But this is just the notes on the doctor chart that said, "I had the pleasure of seeing Amber Reid in a follow-up in the office today." So this was after my hysterectomy when I had a follow-up, and got scheduled to do another CT scan. So it was after my hysterectomy, which during my emergency DNC, they tested, they biopsied. That's when they called me in front of Beck on speakerphone, because that they do not deliver cancer news while you are alone. That's what they told me. They said, "Are you near anybody?" I said, "Yes, I'm with my girlfriend." They said, "Can you put it on speaker?" I said, "Okay." They said, "Are you sitting?" I said, "Yes." Then they told me. I started bawling my eyes out with Beck right next to me. Flash forward, we go to several appointments. We go to several oncology visits, etc., etc. Beck is in the room with me every single time. And then my mom comes to visit. My mom is in the room with me every single time, both of them. Sometimes it was only one of them because it was during COVID. So then I had to choose between the two. But then I had my hysterectomy. I was in the hospital for 4 days. Beck didn't leave one time. Beck did not leave one time. There was a doctor and a nurse, in there constant, every 20 minutes, checking on me, telling me about my results, etc., etc. Beck was with me the whole time. So if Beck is going to sit there and say that they don't know if I actually had cancer, you're either lying for money or you really truly never gave a fuck about me. Miss Reid is a 29-year-old patient who underwent a total abdominal hysterectomy. These words are huge, so if I stumble, I'm going to apologize. With bilateral blah, blah, blah on July 15th, 2020, with final pathology revealing stage 1B, grade 2 endometrial cancer with 56% myometrial invasion and no blah, 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 blah. So this is from the actual, where I went, the documentation on the actual app. So there is the proof. Beck, you are disgusting. You can say whatever you want about my hygiene, about rags. I don't give a fuck. But to want money so bad that you're going to sit there and dismiss myself going through cancer when you literally saw the whole journey and you were there right next to me, fuck you and goodbye.
Amber deleted this maybe an hour or so after posting it. This live is especially funny when you consider the video she posted the day after on March 27th, called I Shouldn't Admit This, Zachary, Michael, and Deleting Comments. Let's Talk Episode 1. She's even in the same outfit with those ridiculous sunglasses on her head, so she probably recorded these on the same day. I'm guessing she did the Let's Talk first, and then she did the live stream sometime after.
And that's just like another way of like showing that I have improved as a person, because in the past, like crying hysterically while showing my medical records is crazy work. And like posting on Snapchat such gruesome photos is also crazy work. And that is something I would never do now.
Totally something you wouldn't do now. Got it. And yet you did so in your deleted live stream, which you probably recorded later the same day, and again in your vlog on March 31st. Yeah, that's right. After she deleted the live, here I was thinking, oh wow, well, I guess she realized how stupid she was being, but no. In her March 31st vlog, she basically repeats everything that she said in that live. And this is what drove me so deeply into madness that I felt the need to make this video, because this vlog enraged me so much. Why would you repeat this after everything has already been cleared up? Why are you still talking about it? Anyway, here's the vlog clip.
Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I am so fucking sad right now. I literally filmed a video today where I'm literally talking about like how I don't want to have to prove myself to people anymore, and me having BPD or a kidney stone, like I don't need to show those proofs and all this stuff. But then I was triggered. I literally have been so triggered with this whole cancer talk again. Like that was such a fucking traumatic. It was so fucking traumatic, and it's like everyone is talking about it again, and it's like I have all these memories and like the feelings I had and the fears, it's all just like flooding back to me, and it's like I don't want to feel like this. So it's like Beck and Destiny did this weird live stream today, and I literally told myself I am not watching that shit. And I actually succeeded. And then I go on Instagram. People are saying that I lied about cancer again, and Beck proved it. I'm just like, what is happening? Beck was literally with me when I found out over the phone that I had cancer. After my hysterectomy, Beck literally was there with me. I was there at the hospital for 4 days. I vlogged it. Beck did not leave, not one time. There was a constant nurse or doctor going in there talking to me about everything, and it just makes me think like I am in the twilight zone for Beck to even like insinuate that it could be precancerous when it's literally fucking not. Like, Beck was literally there with me the whole time. And not only that, but like before and after my hysterectomy, all of the appointments that I went to, Beck was there. It makes me think like, what was our relationship? Like, the fact that Beck can sit there and straight up not like for sure say, yes, it was cancer, even though they said it a million times. When I say they, I mean like all my doctors and my oncologists, etc. They said it a million fucking times in front of Beck. It's like, did Beck just not care about any of our relationship? Like, or do they genuinely just want money so bad that they have to like continue the speculation train? Like, it's just so fucked. The fact that it's something this serious just goes to show that they genuinely did not care about any single thing in my life. I probably should not be talking about this right now. I just went live for 5.5 minutes. Literally, that's it. Yet again, proving with more medical fucking paperwork, and it's just like, I don't know why I keep like demeaning myself. I keep making myself this fucking small every time the topic of cancer comes up. Like, it's just like, say what you want, like make all the rag jokes under the sun. I don't give a fuck anymore. But like, my topic of cancer like really just, it really gets to me because that was a true real life experience I had, and I'm so tired of people invalidating my experience and saying, well, you didn't go to follow-ups. I went to multiple. I've had multiple CT scans since I was diagnosed with cancer and had a hysterectomy. And every single time, everything comes back normal. I am in remission. It is almost going to be the 5-year anniversary that I found out. And then I had my hysterectomy, and instead of feeling proud that I, Amberlynn Reid, am a motherfucking cancer survivor, I am sitting here yet again having to prove myself to a bunch of fucking people who just don't want to listen to me because they want to invalidate my every single experience, and I'm just tired of it.
An angel in the light, just walking down the street.
All right, so it's been a little bit of time. I just came back in from walking Twinkie, and I deleted my 5.5 minute live stream. I know it's going to be on like other people's channels, which I don't care about that. I just don't want it on mine. This is like a perfect example of like failing at regulating my emotions. I know I feel valid in hurting because people don't believe my cancer journey, even though it was fucking terrifying, but I need to work on regulating the emotions that I feel due to that. And this was just a prime example that I failed at that. So if you guys saw that live stream, I apologize for my hecticonness. Also apologize for crying literally just a minute ago in this vlog. I need to read the book, Let Them. So many people have recommended it to me. It's like the let them theory. Let them think what they want, have their own opinions, like it doesn't matter. So I might actually make that my next read because genuinely I need to live like that. Like, just let them think what they want.
How does that make any sense? You don't want the live stream to be on your channel, but for some reason you want it to be in your weekly vlog, which is basically exactly what she said in the deleted live stream. And she doesn't acknowledge at all the community post or anything that she was wrong about the situation, you know? It's just so bizarre to me. She makes no sense. By the way, she probably got that let them thing from Alexandra Rodriguez, who's basically another lol cow on the internet. And she mentioned in her vlog at some point that she read the Let Them book and it was revolutionary and changed her life. But anyway, back to Amber. So I bet you thought that, okay, she mentioned the Beck thing yet again in her vlog and it's over. We're finally done with it. No, you're wrong. She talked about it again later in her vlog.
Also another update because of the whole Beck cancer situation. So many people were like, why don't you just watch the clip? before you go and assume based on what people are saying in your DMs. And the thing is, when I got all of the DMs at first, like, yeah, I went and I looked at the clip. Like, I wasn't gonna just like believe a bunch of people, because that's happened a lot where I'll get like a flood of DMs and then it turns out it's not even real. It's just people trolling or misunderstanding. So I did go and look at the clip, and it's just like the way that Beck worded it, they knew what they were doing. And it's just sad because they were there for my whole cancer journey, and they know 100% without a doubt, without a fact, that I had cancer. They know what type, they know what grade. So how can you remember the stupid smallest details about things, but not that? So since my live stream, I woke up with a lot of people saying, Amberlynn, you are so valid. Like, the way you reacted in that live stream was so valid, because I guess there are reaction channels who have taken that live stream, which is fine. But I just appreciate the support and people seeing that I do have like valid feelings sometimes. Like, the reaction channel community and like the haters, like they never think I'm valid in any way that I feel. And it's just like, bro, how can I always be wrong 100% of the time? That's not a thing. Like, it's just genuinely not.
Oh, sure. I totally believe you, Amber. You had a bunch of support come flooding in, even though in the live chat at the time, the chat was not with you. I don't remember where I saw this one. I think maybe it was Charlie Gold who recorded the chat as well as the live stream, and it was just a bunch of tomatoes and people saying like Beck didn't say that and Beck already clarified, etc. So I really have a hard time believing that people supported her. And if anybody did hop in her DMs and support her, this is just a general belief that I have. I feel like anybody who actively supports Amber after all this time, after all this proof that we've seen that she's a terrible person, they are probably like her in some way. They're probably a mean girl, etc. You know? So those are just my thoughts. But anyway, Amber's trying to make us believe that Beck is the absolute worst partner on the planet, even though they stayed with her the entire time, not leaving her side at all, which is what she said in her video, in her live stream, and her vlog, saying that Beck was there the entire time. Okay, and yet they were a terrible person. And I think that there's some really important context here, which is Beck's mom. So here's a Reddit post I found in the Amberlynn Reid verse subreddit from VividView3131, which basically voices all of my thoughts on this matter as well. I'm going to correct the pronouns as I read this. So the title says, Beck gave up their last moments with their mom for Amber. And the body of the post, I just learned something that really doesn't sit right with me. Beck's mom passed away just 5 days after Amber's surgery. During Amber's 4-day hospital stay, Beck was by her side the entire time, never leaving. That means Beck missed their mother's final days so they could take care of Amber, even though Amber had her own mother there. And after all that, Amber still went on to take Beck's inheritance and even had the nerve to attack them. I can't put into words how upsetting this is. Beck made a huge sacrifice, giving up irreplaceable time with their mom, only to be repaid like this. Let that sink in. That's one of the reasons why Amber insisting that Beck was a terrible partner this entire time pisses me off, because Beck gave up so much for her, to care for her. And the other thing that really annoys me about this whole situation is that she has done absolutely nothing to better herself or her health since the cancer thing, right? But somehow it was so traumatic. She's so desperate to be a victim. She wants us to feel sorry for her because people usually feel sorry for people who have cancer. And I bet she's wondering, why? Why don't they feel sorry for me? I deserve it. I had cancer. It was so traumatic. It's because you're a terrible person, Amber. People don't usually feel sorry for terrible people. And she's probably also wondering why we even have the nerve to question her cancer diagnosis. The reason is because since the beginning of her channel, she has lied so much about everything, even small, insignificant things, that it's hard to trust anything she says. For example, the whole Raglan bleed situation. Now, if you don't know about this, The reaction channel Salty Crab posted a video covering Amber's members-only livestream, but took it down after getting a DM from lawyer Lynn saying she was going to copyright strike Salty Crab for using the members-only clips. And so Salty re-uploaded it on March 15th, titling it Mystery Person Denies Being a Narcissist. And this mystery person's name was Raglan Bleed. Amber then posts a video on March 21st called Raglan Bleed, where she claims Salty Crab is a terrible person for making fun of her cancer, even though that's not what the nickname was about. And the thing I really want to talk about right now, though, is the Snapchat photos. So Amber says this about the Snapchat photos in her Raglan Bleed video. Side note, while you're watching this clip, I would really like you to pay attention to her face. Look at the absolute delight that is on her face throughout a lot of this. Like, she's smiling and she just looks so happy to talk about something that was apparently so traumatic for her. You can tell that she just thinks that she was totally killing it in this rebuttal to Salty Crab.
And when you did finally go to the doctor, you took pictures of your underwear and the crotch of your pants.
I did. Actually, it was Beck who took those pictures. We were absolutely shocked with how much blood I was losing. Like, I was losing so much blood, and that was only the beginning of it, like the pictures that we did take, because then it got worse and worse. At that point, I was having to be rushed into an emergency DNC. I was losing so much blood that like I could have died. But yes, Beck had their phone and they were taking pictures because it was genuinely so shocking. And I remember Beck was texting my mom and like keeping my mom updated. And during that, Beck sent those photos to my mom because it's like when you're sitting there and you're like, yeah, Amberlynn is like gushing blood. You know, you imagine something, but you don't imagine like how bad it actually was.
And the floor and all the blood everywhere, and you put them on Snapchat for your viewers to see.
Yes, I did put them on Snapchat. So this was during the time where I was like, I cannot believe that people think I am lying about cancer. And it was quite a few people. Like when Nikocado Avocado uploaded that video insinuating that I lied about cancer, like I was being harassed more than ever, and like it made my mental health so bad. I ended up filming a whole video, like bawling my eyes out. Like I showed my actual medical paperwork, which was really embarrassing. And in that same like impulsive state of mind, I ended up posting those pictures on Snapchat as a way to be like, I did go through this. This is exactly what happened to me.
I don't know about you, but to me, it sounds like what she's saying is that she felt forced to post these Snapchat photos because people were doubting her cancer diagnosis, right? But the Snapchat pictures were posted on May 31st, 2020, and the cancer announcement was June 5th, 2020. So she's misrepresenting the situation, but she's so incapable of taking accountability for anything, even though she loves to claim that she's taking accountability. In her Let's Talk episode 1 video, she answers this question.
All right, rumor number 2. Amberlynn lied about when she posted her ER pictures to Snapchat. That is also a tale that is not true. So in my reaction to Salty Crab, where I was talking about like, so many people didn't believe I had cancer, so many people didn't believe that I was rushed to the ER and that I was gushing blood and blah, blah, blah. I mentioned the times where I posted my blood pictures on Snapchat, and I also mentioned where I literally showed medical confirmation, like my medical paperwork in a YouTube video. And I jumbled all that nonsense together in the reaction. And I saw a couple people where they were just like, oh my God, Amberlynn's lying. Like she didn't even post like those pictures until like May, but then it was like actually June where like she showed the medical stuff. And yes, that is true. So in the Salty Crab reaction, I said during that time, and I also said in the impulsive state of mind that I was in. So I'm talking about 2 different incidences, which is the Snapchat photos, the medical paperwork YouTube, that happened within different months, but it was the same head frame. So what made me post the Snapchat photos was people were like, Amberlynn, that's not true. You were not rushed to the ER gushing blood. And I was like, yes, I was. Here's proof. And then me posting medical paperwork was because people were like, Amberlynn, you were never diagnosed. That's not true. And then I was like, well, here's proof. So both of those instances was just me not being able to regulate my emotions, me not being able to like ignore the shit. So instead it made my like impulse instinct, like it was gone. I had 0 impulse skills. Like I was just like, I'm gonna show this. I'm gonna show this.
I couldn't regulate myself.
And she does sort of have a point here, which is that the Snapchat photos and the cancer video with her medical proof are related, and they are. But that's not the issue at hand. The whole point of your original video was that Salty Crab was making fun of your cancer with the nickname Raglan Bleed. And one of the things that Salty Crab says is you posted those bloody pictures, which shows your own disregard for your situation by making those public. Like, I don't know about you, but if I were going through a very traumatic situation, nowhere in my mind would I think, let me post these pictures to Snapchat. I wouldn't even be thinking about social media. I would be thinking about myself and my situation. But, and this is just my belief, I feel like you love being a victim. And so you wanted to show proof that something was wrong with you so people could feel bad for you, because the fact that they doubted something was wrong with you when something actually was wrong probably killed you, because you feel deserving of the pity and the attention. Anyway, in your original video, you were trying to tie the Snapchat photos and your cancer diagnosis closer together to support your claim that Salty Crab was making fun of your cancer, which is basically lying. It's misrepresenting the situation. But when people pointed out the inconsistency, you decided to say that you didn't lie instead of saying something like, okay, I probably just forgot that I didn't post those before I made the cancer announcement video, but I was in that frame of mind or whatever other nonsense she said. And I could believe that she forgot, right? Because it was a long time ago. But the thing is, she wants to get mad at Beck for not remembering every detail of her cancer journey when she apparently doesn't seem to remember every detail of her own cancer journey. And well, that's all I wanted to say about that. Have a great day, unless you're Amber, in which case, go fuck yourself. Bye!